You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting live from the imaginary Ice Cube, chilling with that guy from Flight of the Conchords. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. It's another week. It's another show. It's us. I got Dom.
What's up, y'all?
I got Ed. I got you see Ed.
Damn, a web would indicate an arachnoid presence.
Get back to that. And I got Brother Bob on guitar.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And that's your proof. He's really playing.
Yep.
Okay. And what's the quote from, Ed? What is
That is
Arachnophobia?
Dilbert McClintock,
What?
who is John Goodman's character from Arachnophobia.
I did feel like it might be arachnophobia, but not because I remembered it. It was just like the first thing that popped in my head. So I guess subliminal?
Yeah.
So, hey, what's going on? I really feel like, I don't know if it's my headphones or my mic still. Palmer, keep us in the loop on the audio and stuff in the chat. Let me know what's going on the live end.
Give-
That all systems are good. Give me a signal that all systems are A.
Give us some
Okay.
hearts, people.
How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, more hearts, the better, people.
thanks. Push it up. Let's.
Who are those people we're talking about as we do this live?
We need the love.
We've got
every Saturday.
We've got Wesley Ryan Gaskins. We got Chad NV, Agent Palmer, John Zombie John Thompson, and Uncle Jay Chickleys.
Whoa! The fact that you got that out of your
Hey.
mouth. Holy crap! Congratulations, Ed, on saying that successfully or not.
Once I find out the first time, I'm usually good. I'm
All right.
usually
All right. Agent Palmer's giving us the sign that we're good. Oof. I don't know. It just sounded kind of off to me, the whole setup. So, yeah, like I was saying, we do this live every Saturday because we're crazy like that. And those are the people in the chat room. They're hanging out. They're chilling in the chat, yo. Right?
Please stop saying yo.
Yo? No? But that's local, right? That's New York City stuff.
That's New York stuff, baby.
That's true.
You know, so I think you guys...
It's East
you
Coast,
you
bro.
just got...
That's a city thing.
All right. So this is episode 96. Let's tease it up. Kids, we're doing a thing called...
It's crazy. Pop culture super fight deathmatch.
Wow.
Hashtag PC and DS.
There you go.
PCSD.
And
Fuck.
we're gonna run through the regular episode. Basically, we're gonna hit some stuff. We're gonna hit our usual segments real quick, but we are gonna get to that, and I think that's gonna be the big thing. We're gonna have some DC TV report with Ed later on,
Oh yeah.
and we'll be doing some news before that, and
A little bit.
and then we'll get to the meanwhiles in a second. But you know what? Let's give those kids in the chat room something to do. How about a chat room game?
Yep.
A little hashtaggy kind of thing. We'll go with caffeinated movies.
Yes. Examples include Lord of the Java, The Two Sugars, Citizen Cafe, Silence of the Beans, and Ferris Bueller's Double Venti.
Yeah, so you can thank Palmer for all those suggestions.
Yeah, we usually only give out 2.
Yeah, but he went nuts on it.
Yeah. So now we've just stolen 2 more from the people could have come up with.
You know, but still, I thought that, but you know what? I was like, damn, but then do I cut out the good ones he's got or the crappy ones he's got if I take 2 away? And I was like, I'm not getting into that
See,
now
this-
with like 2 minutes to go to the mic.
This is a podcaster's dilemma.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Producing on the fly,
Yeah.
the stress.
So would we be like the fourth world or the second world? Because you hear like first world problems.
Oh, this is pod world problems. that would be it. Hashtag pod word.
Yeah.
Pod world.
Probably.
I turned into a Muppet right there. Like,
Muppets would have spoke better.
that's
Muppets.
let's
There you go. It's genetic.
just shut it down and go home.
By the
Let's
way,
just shut it down and go home. Fuck this
Uncle
fucking
Jay
show.
wants you to know he's going to call you tomorrow.
All right, very good, very good.
And he's also on Twitter now, @Jason Chickleys.
That's right. That's
Hey,
an event we can
it's
discuss.
Chickalacy.
Yeah.
That guy popped up on Twitter.
It's spelled JASONCICALESE.
What, you want to give out his fucking social security number too while you're at it?
Well, I figure people are going to have trouble spelling it, so we just give it out for them,
Fair
make
enough,
it easy.
Fair enough. But if you're on Twitter and you happen to follow one of us, you can probably find him by going to who we're following
Yeah.
or follows us, something like that. There's a way. There's a shortcut in case somehow you can't find it.
It's like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Finds a way.
Tom just gave me this goofy fucking nod, and then I made fun of him. All right, so enough of that. I'm off my cue here. What do we do next, Ed?
Next up is Meanwhile. Wait, do we promote the Patreon?
Yeah, they know about it.
People know. Okay.
People know. People, if you don't know there's a Patreon, there's a Patreon.
Yeah.
It's Wicked Theory. Just look us up. Track us down.
Yeah, and be sure to rate and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
We certainly do. All right, so meanwhile, we're going to cover some stuff that we saw this week real quick, or we consumed pop culturally or media-based thing, whatever. I watched it on my shoe, my new eye shoe. On the tops of my shoes, it's got two little screens. I can watch two shows at once while I walk into things. I think it's $1 million idea.
One earbud from each shoe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, you could just use the AirPods now.
That's true.
The AirPods.
The beautiful AirPods.
Do you have those?
I don't have them.
Oh.
I mean, I have wireless headphones. Like I have the Beats ones that just go around your ear.
Right.
That
Classic
aren't
style.
That aren't like this.
Sure. They're
Yeah,
armed,
the wired
headsets.
ones that like come like up and
They
around.
wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like that's big enough for you to keep track of.
Yeah.
That's the one thing with the Apple stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna fucking lose those.
Yeah.
Those are gonna
Yeah.
fall out
Well,
of
they
my
want
ear
you to
on a
lose
train.
them, and they want everything to
Yeah.
be proprietary.
Yeah.
So you have to pay $50 for another pair of $5 headphones.
Yeah, there you go.
$50. That would be.
Progress.
That be a deal.
That would be a fucking steal.
I wonder how much those go for.
They're like over. I think they're like almost $200.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. Just because of how they price it.
Well, yeah, they saw the whole Beats thing, and they were like, all right, we got to get in on this
Yeah,
somehow.
obviously nobody knows any
And the
better.
Beats aren't too. I mean.
No, well,
Aren't
the
too
fact that the
expensive.
iPhone still exists is proof.
And
Nobody knows any better.
that was Bob and Dom on how they fuck you with the earbuds.
And how they fuck you with the tech.
Yes.
And we calling that tech fucked every Friday. They're gonna have their own show. So what seems to be a common theme at this table, and
Yeah.
probably some of the people in the chat,
Yeah.
Legion.
Legion. Both you
Yeah.
and I have it in the list of the Meanwhile.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, wow.
Yeah. Let's give it up for good TV
Yeah.
once in a while.
Wow.
We don't
That's.
cla-
I
we
would just
don't
want to go on
clap
record
for
and say that's
anything.
2 for Fox in the same month, more or less.
Yeah. I guess
Good way of looking at it. I like
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
progress.
One on TV, one in the movies.
I think though, if you go back like a few months ago, or maybe even like a year ago, somebody left at Fox, and a few people were like, "Okay, you'll see now things start to change with the X-Men stuff." Like supposedly, there was a guy that was kind of like had a bug up his butt,
Okay.
like didn't know what to do with it, and just would just constantly like had didn't have any kind of vision, but also hated them as a concept, and
Okay.
felt as if we were wasting our time with that.
Right,
You know what I mean? So, yeah, he was an anti-voice user. Anyway, yeah, man, I watched it the other night. Watched Legion the other night. We even used it for the opening tagline, and I got a little lost there for a second. But I
think
came back.
everybody
Yeah.
did.
But I came back at the end.
You know, I was afraid when this show started that it was going to be a little
Too
too
good?
I was going to be too close to Mr. Robot because it
Right,
seemed to
right.
be going with a similar vibe
yeah.
where it's
Right, right.
altered perspective,
Yeah,
but it goes in a totally different direction with it.
yeah,
It really calls more to focus. Like the characters realize that his perspective is warped, and that becomes a huge part of the story.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so. I don't know. It's just because it's different on all levels. Like not only is it the story and the material, but it's the presentation and the way the way they show us everything, and then in the structure of the
Yeah,
episode.
you're not
and
really
what
sure
orders
what
and
you're
stuff.
seeing, but you're seeing something.
And it all comes together by near the end. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's one of these things where like, if you're looking for it might be the best thing on right now. It's probably like just at least
Yeah,
I
It's
don't
It's
wanna
certainly
say
that.
it's definitely up there with the smartest for sure.
that's Didn't
Yeah.
think it was going to be this good. Like even coming out of the
Right.
first episode, really didn't see if like how's it going to get better, like in like a really big way. And I was so fucking surprised. So that's a recommendation from the table, like across the board. We haven't
Yeah,
had one of those
absolutely.
in a while, like at this level.
And it's only been what, 3 or 4?
Five.
Five
Five
already?
this week. Yeah,
Yeah, we're halfway through the season already.
which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
So here's a tidbit.
Wow.
Slipping in a little news for
I
you.
know nothing about that
Patrick Stewart was on James Corden's show with the guy who plays Legion, and they have a video clip on YouTube. What sucks about it is they don't get to it to the last second. Patrick Stewart's talking about Wolverine and you know, like the
Right.
last movie maybe or whatever. But then, you know, he says, you know, and someone mentioned maybe Deadpool. So he's like, well, then maybe Deadpool. And then at the last second, the kid who plays Legion, he's like, and, you know, you're my dad in the comics. You know what I mean? And basically he's like, you know, would you do it? And he's like, yeah, I would do it. And then, you know, it goes down a lot more cuter and more interesting. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be succinct, but basically it's just, you know, so there's that. Like, so obviously that's not going to happen in season 1. But
Well, because that's how Hollywood works.
yeah, so
It's-
Charles
it's
Xavier is Legion's father. If you're not aware of the
Yeah,
comics. Spoiler, I guess.
he's
I'm
been on
sorry.
TV. He has a TV show right now. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah,
Oh, it was actually just canceled.
Yeah, it was just
Oh, was it?
canceled.
Yeah.
yeah. Blunt was that Blunt Talk?
The-
Blunt
yeah.
Talk.
Talk.
Yeah.
That
was
was
a good
on
show.
Stars, right?
It was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it got canceled because it was on Stars. If it would have been on something else,
It might have.
probably
Yeah,
had
yeah.
more viewers.
I bet you. I bet you it would have. If that was on HBO, it probably would have gotten a
Well,
different
no,
kind of
Yeah.
push.
I watched. It was on for 2 seasons. It was funny, but it just kind of meandered. Like the
Once you kind of got the rhythm of its joke, it kind of was
Well,
like,
they focused a lot on the characters and not enough on the story. And I feel like it just kind of got repetitive after a while.
all right, that can happen. Happens to the best of them, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So if you're not watching Legion, go check it out. It's a thing now where like, you know, the episodes are up. They're on FX if you have your you do that login shit. But worth your time. And probably back-to-back episodes would be interesting because it's like it gets so heady and so deep sometimes. It's like, you know, just stay off the hardcore drugs when you watch it.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I think there should be an advisory when it comes back from commercial. It should be like an LSD warning, like, you know, like no kids, don't.
You know, most people are warned not to do those ever. Just
Oh, you think there's like a? Well, there's no signs hanging up. You know, there's signs for everything else. There's no hey.
you
don't
really
forget.
think the Surgeon General needs to put out a warning for that?
I bet you there was a point they were thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do we have to put LSD commercials on Saturday mornings? Is that what it's coming to?
The fact that you could be arrested and put in jail for having it in your possession, that's
Is that how free flowing it was?
not a clue.
Yeah. So also, Ed, you finally saw Split,
Yes. Today I went to
Connecticut.
cross
basically?
the Goethals into Jersey.
Wow, you crossed a bridge to get there.
Yep. Well, then to get gas.
Very good.
But yeah, no, I saw Split finally. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But the thing that everyone's talking about in the end, I thought was
Maybe
done in a very cheesy way.
okay. The big twisty twist. That's like the worst kept secret.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm
But we'll save it. We'll
I'm
save it for
excited
people.
for what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, but overall, I thought it's best Shyamalan movie in a while, which
Right,
isn't
right.
saying much.
But
Um,
McAvoy sells it. Like he kind of pulls it off. That's the
Yeah.
thing I feel mixed on. Like watching the trailers and commercials.
yeah.
That McAvoy kind of like, yeah, he's shooting for the fucking skies with it, but like,
Yeah, and the
I don't know.
the thing that's kind of weird is you don't there are supernatural elements to this story, and you don't
It's a Shyamalama Ding Dong song,
you don't
so of
understand that until pretty late in the movie.
Ah,
And the thing that bothers me is there's this psychiatrist who's preaching this, you know, her theories on dissociative identity disorder,
right,
which are complete bullshit.
which
Like,
don't follow
just
the real
like-
world. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like anyone, you know, who's you know gone past a Psych 101 class knows
enough.
that this is
Or been admitted
yes,
to a facility.
yes,
Right, fair enough.
yeah. It's complete. She's talking completely out of her
Right, right,
ass.
right.
None of this science is true.
Now wait.
And then
Okay.
the supernatural elements show up and like, oh, this isn't supposed to be real. And you're like, okay, so now I think I can allow that.
It's not as grounded as they were
Yeah.
trying to make it out to be. I got you.
Yeah, I would have liked another hint earlier. That's all I'm saying.
Especially if you're not going to be too coy about it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? All right. Cool. So what would you give it?
I'd give this 3 American tacos,
3 tacos Americano.
which is a recommendation.
Which is a recommendation. Duh. You saw a movie today too, didn't you?
I did. I
What'd you
saw Get Out.
Get out.
Get out.
How was that?
Ed, do you have one? Ed?
You're the only one who.
Get out.
There you go.
All right.
Please
Do you,
leave.
do you have one?
I did one. That's
Oh,
why
you
we
did?
all did
Yeah.
one. That's
Did you?
why I keep it to
Okay.
Ed,
Fair
you know
enough.
what I mean?
Fair enough. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, but it was great. It's got that horror element to it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got a lot of comedy in it, which I wasn't really expecting.
Right.
But I was hooked from the first scene because
Okay.
I told you earlier, but
Right.
there's a Childish Gambino song off
Right.
of his new album, Redbone,
Right.
that
There's a lot of great tracks on that.
opens up the movie, and it's just a great like tone setter because
Yeah.
if you know the lyrics, it's kind of hard to understand the lyrics. But if you know the lyrics, you would think that like the song was made for the movie.
Right.
You know. So, but it was really good. It's an original story. It's definitely something you should check out.
So he definitely sells
impressed. I'm impressed by Jordan Peele.
It was
Script was good.
it's not preachy. It's not
Oh, the racial stuff.
Well, I mean, I know it's gonna.
It's
how
there.
much is it like?
It's there,
brand,
and you
but
knew
it's
it
not-
was going to
yeah.
be there.
Sure,
but it's,
sure.
it's not like
a
really
message.
It's not a message, no, and it's actually stuff that like I think
I think if it was
is
heavy,
relevant, and
You
a
know
lot
what?
of people should
I'm sure-
acknowledge.
I'm sure it rubs
know.
some people the wrong way or whatever, because everything rubs somebody the wrong way these days.
Of course,
But there was no giant backlash that I
didn't.
saw.
I didn't see one.
You know what I
no.
mean? So it can't be too big a deal on
Yeah.
that front. But really good though.
Very good.
What
I'd
would
give it 4 out of 5.
4.
Wow.
Woo! 4
I
out of
was.
5.
I went in with very little expectation.
Oh, all right.
So I think that's kind of
Yeah, there's been a lot of hype on it, man.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to check it out.
it's
I
good
didn't
stuff.
have this damn show today. Maybe I could have came. Oh no, you went with a friend. Right. That's
You
true.
could have came.
I could have came. I could have sat somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
Could have sat away from you guys, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Could have ate my popcorn by myself. Won't cry in my popcorn.
Hey, you got nobody else's hands in it.
I guess not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it on the meanwhile.
So let's check out our hashtag game.
let's go check into the hashtag game.
Ooh.
Why not?
Yeah.
Remember
going on here?
the hashtag was
Are they ripping-
caffeinated movies.
Are they ripping and tearing at it, Ed?
Oh yeah. We got some stuff in
Rick.
Right.
here. We got Coffee Town.
Right.
We got Sanka with Wolves. Folgers of the Dead.
Folgers of the Dead.
Mighty Morphin Dunkin' Donuts.
What?
Salem's Latte.
So okay. Oh,
That's good.
Oh, there's a bell.
Mhm.
Hit the bell. Ed's got the bell.
Uncle Jay's got one too. Folgers of the Dead.
Yeah, but he just said that.
Oh, he did say that one. Okay.
Yeah,
I must have been too deep in my reading.
Star Trek: The Wrath of Cream. Java Wars: The Last K-Cup.
Nice.
Chock full of nuts and 2 smoking barrels.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
RoboCup. Keurig of New York.
Keurig.
Oh, Keurig.
Keurig.
Whatever.
What's it riffing on though?
I don't know.
Something New York. Kings in New York. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Tim Hortons Coffee Before Christmas. Did you say that one?
Yes, I was about to.
Oh, my bad.
Tim Hortons Coffee Before Christmas. So, yeah. There you go.
There you go. There's some of those.
That's your caffeinated movies.
You guys can keep playing with that. Those are fun. Come back. We'll come back. We'll
Yeah,
come back.
yeah, and keep throwing out those hearts, baby.
And then, I think we warm up to another segment. We like to call it news, baby. Woo! Just playing.
My favorite.
Yeah, this is the part of the show you like the most. Like,
I just like to get excited about nerdy things. So fuck off.
all right, fine. Damn.
All right, so we're
Damn, Dom's back.
we're gonna-
Some sass in this fucking place. That's it. Now Bill's gonna puff up because his buddy's here.
we're gonna blaze through these. Which
Yeah,
means
okay.
It's about 40
Headlines.
minutes.
Let Ed just rip through these headlines, and we'll get to the longer segments when
All
he's
right.
done.
So, Star Trek Discovery has finally cast the captain of the Discovery.
About time.
Yeah, he's gonna be played by Jason Isaacs.
If you don't know, just that's the guy from
It's Lucius Malfoy, Draco's dad from the Harry Potter movies.
that guy who's in like in everything now.
Yes.
Okay. He's in
Yes.
what's the stupid OA? He's in the OA.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh
He's
yes, he is. He is. He is.
So there you go.
Hmm. Yeah, great British actor. Been around forever. Played
Chop,
a,
chop.
played
Chop,
a
chop.
lot of good bad guys. My dad has a theory
Okay. Yes, you did say you
Yes.
want to break in for this.
that he might be Garth of Izar.
I don't know if that's supposed to care about that.
But you know what? You don't. But the real original series Star Trek fans,
They know exactly who
They
you're saying.
know exactly-
That's like saying Harry Mudd.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
at that level.
yes,
No, because I know Harry Mudd, but I don't know Garth of fucking
Garth of
Long
Izar.
Island.
It's a
Brand
deep
Garth.
it's a deep cut.
Yeah.
He was in one episode of the 3rd season.
Sure,
But,
but it's a really good.
But if you
episode.
know his backstory, this could get very interesting.
Well, a couple of people did point out that guy's known
Garth
for
was nuts, right?
yeah,
that he's known for playing bad guys as often as he plays
Yeah.
good guys. So, and usually I think I buy him more as a bad guy than a
yeah.
good guy.
And remember, he's not the main character.
That's true. The captain's not the main guy.
Yeah.
So next thing, hit it, hit it.
All right.
Let's go fast, fuck.
Wonder Woman and Star Wars both had first look screenings and got positive buzz.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Game of Thrones returns July 16th.
Yeah, boo.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted sooner.
Yeah.
Why we gotta wait?
How long I gotta wait?
How long I gotta wait?
Yeah. So Atlanta star Zazie Beetz has been cast as Domino in Deadpool 2.
Yep.
Who?
Yeah, she's basically like, new up and comer, but she's young and stuff. Dom's cracked. I didn't even know that chair could go that low. Holy shit! You gonna do some mechanic work?
I like chilling down low.
No, it's all right, man. The oxygen's probably different down here.
We'll just get you a beanbag chair
That's
for
what
next
all the
week.
That would be fucking phenomenal. That
That'd
really would be great.
That'd be great.
Also, Preacher returns Monday, June 19th at South by Southwest.
Boo.
Now,
Sooner.
Yeah, boo sooner. So that's actually in the news. So
Preach.
we're gonna figure out when we're gonna do it, but it's gonna be soon. So South by Southwest is this weekend. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because we do a podcast. If anybody doesn't know,
We do?
We do. It's on hiatus right now between seasons, but it's a Preacher podcast. Preacher versus Preacher.
That's the name of it.
That's the name of it.
That's the other podcast on Wicked Theory Studios.
Yeah, on the network. I hate when people do that.
I love that. I can't wait to build it up, man.
All right. Well, at least one of us is eager. That'll push me along. Okay. That'll keep me moving. But anyway, so I was saying for the longest time that we'll do an episode when some stuff starts to actually happen as we get closer to season 2 coming back, a little prelim, a little rewarming it up. So I guess this puts us that much closer to that. South by Southwest this weekend. We might even get a trailer out of it this weekend.
I'm looking forward to it.
There has been some casting news, but we just don't know who those people are. So it's like, what do we talk about? We'll just be speculating unless more news comes forward, which I think we'll have after this weekend. So
Awesome.
if you dig the Preach vs. Preach show, look forward to that sometime soonish. On to the next thing, which is
Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah.
Their double issue this week.
Yeah.
Cover is we got a new look at Thor for Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
And,
baby.
Thor GQ.
Yeah, he's
Sexy.
cut his,
he's
got-
sexy now.
He's cut
Finally.
his hair. Yeah.
Finally, he's good looking. Because before, he was all like homeless. You know what I mean? So now he's all cleaned up, and he's ready to Ragnarok, motherfucker.
Yeah. He's strictly businessman.
Yeah. Cut off all the
So-
hair and.
Yeah, so this is the Hulk movie, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. This is he's gonna pop up in a Hulk movie, and because that's all I want to see, and so yeah, they kind of the only thing we haven't seen now at this point is Hulk, and in the armor the classic armor that he wears from this storyline that they're adapting, Planet Hulk.
Well, there's also Kate Blanchett as Hela and Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster.
I thought she was Skrillex. Have you seen the picture?
Skrillex.
Yeah, I put that up the other day. A couple of people were like, "You're funny." Anyway, so look, they finally put some stuff out. People start freaking out the fact that he had a haircut. And it's like, just stop. You haven't seen it yet. Obviously, that's not his armor.
Oh,
he's
shit. That's
on
Kate Blanchett, and she's a brunette. What the fuck? I just realized that was her.
Yeah, exactly. That's how crazy weird she's looking in this. What's with the bird lady? So. Yeah, you got that to look forward to, but people start freaking out about it, like, oh my God, everything's different. And it's like, just shut up. The movie's right around the corner. Just hang tough.
I'm pumped.
Like the new kids, baby. We need you to be hanging.
Yeah, we're
tough.
going to be having comic book movie overdose this summer, so.
We'll be getting enough.
There is no such thing.
There's no such thing as an
Okay.
overdose?
No.
All right.
Was it like 4 or 5 movies?
We've got a few.
Yeah.
And, other stuff, too, around the periphery. Like, Ghost in the Shell is coming. And, that looks crazy good.
Yep.
I can't wait to see that. So what's next in the news here?
Joe Carnahan has passed on Bad Boys 3.
Thank God for a sensible grown adult
Yay.
look in Hollywood. Oh, my good gravy, Miss Daisy.
Oh, this movie's still getting made.
No, fuck that. Now we're not. Look, you can give me a Will Smith cop movie any day. I just don't know if I'm there for
You
Bad
get
Boys
one on
3
Netflix.
anymore. Like, they're both getting too old for this, Riggs. It's that bit now.
No, Will Smith can do it.
Will Smith can pull it off. Will Smith is about to pull it off, actually, on
Yeah,
Netflix on this Bright movie that's going to
Yeah.
come out.
Martin Lawrence, though. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's the
Crazy
issue.
bit.
I mean, we know he doesn't have
Yeah.
to play crazy, but,
That's what he should have been doing. If he's the
Right.
bad guy in this one, I'll watch it. Like, if it's like, I got to take my partner down now because he's crazy.
Well, it's also weird because he took the Cosby route. He took the same
What?
Cosby,
In what matter? What do you mean?
and
Bill Cosby
where's-
was running around
just
Los
basically
Angeles
like-
in his underwear with the
Which
two.
one of them? Will or?
no, Martin Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's. I'm gonna do comedy movies for families.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
is he still doing that? I feel like the last thing
He hasn't
did-
really done much of
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
lately. That's the last thing I.
Because
You
he
know,
was doing comedy movies for families.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
a dead
doing.
market.
You know, he did the Big Mama's House sequel with his son. I think.
Oh, that's true.
Or-
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. And he did some road trip movie. I feel like.
Yeah,
recently.
yeah. There was
That
a
might have been the
there was a
last one.
road trip. There was Rebound back in the day, but
Oh,
he
well, let's not get
but he
crazy.
did that pretty quickly. Like Eddie Murphy, it took him like a decade to do that before
Yeah,
he took that route.
yeah. Maybe that's the trajectory. When we,
Yeah.
How soon before you do the family movie?
Yeah.
So I'm just ecstatic that seems to be off the grid for now. I think we can. I don't know. That's just me. I'm literally hating on it, on the idea. We don't need it.
Yeah, I
The movies weren't that fucking super awesome. It's a slicked up Lethal Weapon.
Well, I mean,
You know?
like,
It set off a trend. I'll give it to you. Like it kind of reinforced a trend that kind of came through. You know, this Michael Bay, slick and
Yeah.
bigger than ever.
I'll be honest. I'm not a fan,
Yeah.
but some of the best moments in Hot Fuzz were parodying
all the stuff from that.
Bad Boys 2.
So you're right. There is a redeeming value after all. All right. So also this week, Iron Fist, which is coming, got some
Next
buzz.
Friday. Next Friday.
Next Friday. So it's getting bad early buzz.
No,
And,
well, that would
you
be
know,
that would be nice, Bill. It's getting trashed.
yeah.
Every review I've read, there's had nothing.
Yeah, I was
positive
kind
to
of
say.
feeling it in the trailer. I think I mentioned it on the show. I kind of
For a while, I was,
on
you
the
know, for,
Twitters.
I don't know about you, but for a while, I was
Yeah.
reading reviews and I was like, oh, these people are just getting on this Great White Hope problem.
Yeah.
But then that became passe, and they were still trashing it.
Yeah. Once they got past all the, even giving the show crap about its representation of Asians in general on the show, they still started trashing the fights, the acting, the storyline, and they had 6 episodes of it to go through for these pre-release reviews. Don't get me wrong; I'm still gonna watch it, still gonna make up
Right.
my own damn mind. But
Yeah, I mean,
no, that's what
it
I'm
would have
trying
been
to say.
nice. We haven't seen the show yet, but
right,
based on everything I read, it sounds like the martial arts are suffering from the fact that he only has one powerful punch.
yeah, maybe,
know?
yeah, maybe.
And
Okay.
I'm thinking, well, if that's the case, maybe they should have done something a little more current with it
Yeah.
and made it more of a mixed martial arts thing or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he's got to come out of that big whole thing and do something else, and that's when he can do the punch or something like
yeah,
that.
that would have been that would have worked.
You know, just to freshen it up. But
Yeah.
it sounds like they're doing more of a straight take on the original.
right. They're not reinventing very much. They're just kind of bringing it
Yeah.
to present day.
So that might be the whole issue.
maybe,
You know?
maybe they didn't. Just
Maybe you
got to
watch
it up.
as a period piece and not
Try to pretend it's the '60s.
right, kind of. Like it's 1974 all over again.
They should have done that. Just doing that show like as a period piece, like Mad Men, and then all of a sudden he pops up
Right.
modern day, and he's fucking old. He can't. fight.
Right. Well, no, he not necessarily would have to be old.
gonna have to
because
give his
he
defender
goes
slot
back
to
to
Punisher.
Shambhala, whatever
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
and that disappears for a
Kunlun.
while and comes back. You know, he doesn't have to age.
No, it's true. Kunlun. He's
Kunlun, yeah.
Kunlun. Shambhala is Doctor Strange, I believe.
Right.
So with that,
And
another piece of bad news.
Well, okay. So I checked this. This is a non-story because
Oh, it turns
Evidently,
out no good.
Birth
Okay.
Movie's Death threw this out as a big headline, but,
But
there's an
inside the
update here
okay, fair enough.
where the editor basically says, "Oh yeah, so we found out that this was actually year-old news."
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
But Indiana Jones 5 has a release date of July 19th, 2019,
Fair enough.
and will feed.
Fair.
So the article's basically a reminder.
Yeah. So I don't know. So it wasn't that new. That means we probably covered it a year ago.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, I don't know if we said the release date, but we did say that.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah,
It's officially in the
yeah,
pipe.
and
kind of a
Spielberg
thing.
says only Harrison Ford can play Indiana Jones.
Right.
Even though
right.
there were the Chronicles. Those.
Fair
yeah,
enough. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that. All right. Well,
Yeah.
it's not as so suddenly. I have no leg to stand
Yeah.
down. For
Well,
my-
he's also
for my
saying
issues
that
with it.
because he had a love affair with Shia LaBeouf early on. That
The booth.
It
that
sounds like what we're
floundered.
saying, really,
You
amongst
know?
all this, is that this is a bad idea, and we should just kind of maybe sign a petition. Just stop with the Indiana Jones movies. How come we don't get those petitions that go? People want to petition for everything. Can we get 150,000 signatures for let's not do another
You know,
Indiana
you-
Jones movie?
You know what?
I'll start it.
Can we support? We will officially
Hang on,
support
hang
that as
on.
a show.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I would like you to give me one example of an internet petition that actually
Yeah.
changed something.
Well, you know what it
'Cause you
does?
hear
You know what
about-
sometimes it does? When somebody goes, and we got 150,000 people to sign it, maybe you'll get like an eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, did you? Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're gonna put this guy through the execution anyway. That's all it gets. That's
Yeah.
all it gets. No, you're right.
Yeah, 150,000. Well, that's
Yeah.
all the people that watched the show.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because it was only 150,000, that's why it's canceled.
Right,
And that's
right.
why it's staying
Yeah,
canceled.
yeah. You'd have to break the website basically
Yeah.
to make a difference.
Yeah,
So
and, as far as I know, Firefly is not coming back.
yeah, I mean, that's a good point too. Like,
Yeah.
these people start petitions all the time
Yeah.
for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, maybe instead of like that's the kind of petitions. That was my point though initially.
Yeah.
Like, let's give them petitions for what not to do.
Yeah.
Like, stop making XYZ kind of films, or stop milking XYZ property. Or
No, it's a free market, man.
No, well, no,
You-
it is. It is a free
you-
market, and
you-
we're just recommending
Yes.
on the other side as we would of the thing we want to see.
You speak with your wallet. If you don't want something to happen, don't buy into it, and then it'll eventually go away.
And then, no, but we're trying to. You can't be preemptive though. You can't tell me don't spend, and they'll never make the thing I don't
That's
want
the
to see
problem.
made.
Eventually, they will learn their lesson. If there is a lesson to learn.
But sometimes you have to. The
Yeah.
problem is that they have to take a step
Yeah.
to get dirty to realize
Mm-hmm.
I can't play in the mud. What I'm saying is that this kid shouldn't be going in the mud because we told him a long time ago.
No, you didn't. There's a market for it. There's a market for it. That movie made money.
All right, fair enough. I tried. Okay, on to the next thing is something Ed likes to call. Is it a special thing? Are you ready, Ed?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Freddie? Uncle Freddie.
Ready?
Uncle Freddie. Uncle Freddie died.
To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible. Can you do that?
No.
Welcome to the DCTV report for the week ending March 11th, 2017.
Ooh.
I'm Edward O'Hare, nickname to be determined. I'm joined by Bill Sweeney,
Hey-o.
Brother Bob,
Howdy-ho.
and Dom Torrey.
Hello.
Oh, I was speaking for him.
Ready for another roundup. All right, so
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
off the week, we had Supergirl.
How was it, Ed?
Cadmus rounded up a bunch of aliens, including Wynn's new girlfriend Lyra, intending to load them all on a ship and launch them into space.
What else would you do with him?
Alex wrestled with the fact that Jeremiah, her dad, is a bad guy and got suspended when Ja'an tried the old shapeshift into your evil dad and ask for help trick, and Alex fell for it like a tourist from Tulsa in Times Square.
Hooah.
Kara fought with Snapper because he wouldn't publish her scarcely sourced article. Lena Luthor convinced Kara to blog the article and get herself fired.
Fucking blogs. What year is this? 2012? Go ahead.
Citizen journalism, man. Alex infiltrated infiltrated Cadmus and convinced Jeremiah to help her stop Lillian and Cadmus. And Cyborg Superman beat the crap out of him for it. The ship took off, but Kara was able to prevent it from leaving Earth's atmosphere, and all the aliens got to go home. One thing, the crucial shot of her pushing the spaceship back and stopping it from leaving Earth.
Right.
It is like that one should be a meme for I'm constipated. It's
Ooh.
just this giant thing of
That's, okay. All right.
okay.
That's gross.
Last minute reveal. Terry Hatcher and Kevin Sorbo are on an alien ship orbiting Earth, and the sun is making them feel pretty good. Next up, Tuesday, The Flash. Wally was hallucinating Savitar chasing him around. Julian reluctantly agreed to be hooked up to Savitar radio and revealed that Savitar still thought he was better than everybody. Barry and Iris announced their engagement to the team, but it didn't last long after
Oh.
Wally figured out Barry only proposed because Iris wasn't wearing a ring
What?
in the flash forward where Barry saw Iris killed.
Oh, my God.
After Barry broke up a cult ceremony, Caitlin revealed she kept a part of Savitar's stone to help control her powers.
Kidney stone?
No, the stone that gives him his power.
Oh, okay.
Savitar taunted Wally into stealing the stone, then used the fragment to free himself, trapped Wally in the Speed Force, and stabbed Barry in the stomach.
That's not nice.
Last minute reveal,
Hope Barry dies.
Barry woke up in Star Labs
Yeah.
and tried apologizing to the team.
No.
They all either fell apart in depression or abandoned him.
He literally collapsed. We can't take it anymore with
It
you.
was Joe West, man. Where's Wally? He's stuck in the Speed Force, and we have no idea how to get him back.
Fuck this fucking shit. I'm out of here. That's what the West family needs to do.
Yeah.
Just to leave town.
Yeah, just go back to New York.
He'll
and
get it by.
Hook up with Jerry Orbach. Make it happen.
The ghost of Jerry Orbach?
Sure.
Okay, fair enough. I'll think of the only other Orbach I
Give me
know.
one brief glimpse of hope, man.
All right, go ahead.
Moving on, still on Tuesday, DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Rip Hunter escaped his cell and used Gideon to take over the Wave Rider. The Legends were able to stop him, but not before the ship crash landed in the same part of the Cretaceous period where the Atom was trapped earlier this season. Atom, Steel, and Vixen went into the forest, had a scary run-in with a dinosaur, and recovered the Time Delineator so they could get back on the move.
Okay.
Adam also warned Steel not to pursue his relationship with Vixen because she has grandkids.
Okay.
Or she's gonna have grandkids.
Oh, well, aren't we all?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jefferson and White Canary traveled into Rip's brain, fought evil versions of the Legends, met Gideon in human form, and helped Rip get his mojo back and become a good guy again.
This show is crazy.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's the one show that just says fuck it and goes hog wild,
Oh,
right?
it's great. Last minute.
There's no rules.
Yeah. Last minute reveal.
Right.
In 1970, astronaut Jack Swigert was getting a physical for Apollo 13.
And they found a fourth testicle.
And the Reverse Flash was his doctor. Oh, yeah. Now, moving...
That's great. It's a great touch.
I wish you came in like 10 seconds later. This would have worked this bit. It's a long build-up.
So, there's no shows Wednesday.
Oh, no.
No Arrow. That's coming next week, don't worry. For Thursday, we get Powerless.
Cute it up.
It was cold season in Charm City. Not winter, just the time of year when freeze villains attack. Despite warnings from Jackie, Emily went behind Teddy's back and entered his superheating gloves in a Wayne innovation contest.
Ooh.
Teddy got excited, bragged to his family who've always preferred his astronaut brother, and then was crushed when he lost to Zane and Anton's incredibly lifelike robot.
No way.
I love this show so much.
Then Crimson
Show's great.
Fox became frozen solid on the balcony outside Wayne security, and Teddy used the gloves to thaw her out.
Uh-oh.
Van kept taking advantage of Ron by getting him to build giant toys for his girlfriend's kid. Ron finally stood up to Van and said, "Enough is enough." Van revealed daddy issues, and Ronnie decided to cheer him up with a treehouse.
That's what you do.
Last minute reveal, Teddy was ecstatic when the news reported that Crimson Fox used his gloves to defeat Frostbite.
Like the physical condition or a villain?
No, a villain named Frostbite.
Because gloves will do that
Yeah.
in general. They'll keep you from getting frostbite.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
No, but these are superheat gloves.
Did anybody stop and make that reference during the show?
No.
Missed opportunity. Anyway.
And that's the DC TV report for this
And
week.
that is the DC TV report.
Ed.
And well done, Ed.
Very nice, Ed.
Nice work on that one moment there where you synced up with the fucking soundtrack here.
And the drama worked perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of drama. No, before we get into anything else, fucking Bob was like, "Yo, I want to talk about this Fire Stick and this Cody thing and all this stuff."
Yeah, it's
You wanna
well,
bring it up?
yeah, well, you know what's going on with this is if you were looking for the Fire Stick anywhere,
Yeah.
it's sold out. It's sold out. You can't even buy it online. You can't
Right.
buy it on Amazon. You can't buy it anywhere. It's sold out for months. And it's no different than any of these other streamers,
Right.
right? Except for one thing, and
Okay.
but it all centers around Kodi,
Okay. Sure.
right?
And could you spell Cody for me? Because
Yeah, Kodi is KODI,
K-O-D-I.
All
right?
And,
Now-
and it's not my brother's evil dog.
No,
I guess not.
No, that's not Cujo,
He's a German Shepherd.
right?
Takes over the house. God
Right.
damn it. Anyway, sorry.
All right. No, it's okay. So basically, I got this little thing I wrote up.
Sure.
so
Sure.
that-
Sure.
just to give people a quick idea of what's going on with Kodi, and then anybody in the chat room wants to know what's going on with the Fire Sticks and how to do all this stuff. I've been doing it the last 3 months to figure out what's going on, what's the deal. So I can basically do this, all right? So what's the deal with Kodi, right? Content streamers are becoming the option of choice for watching TV with some devices. Becoming hard to find just moments after they are, like the Fire Stick, right? But moments after they hit the shelves. So, but no one streamer comes equipped with anything that makes it special. So it comes down to one app that everyone uses to basically stream illegal content.
Right.
Right, that's Kodi.
Okay.
People think Kodi's illegal. Kodi is not illegal. Kodi
Okay.
is just the old Xbox Media Center
Repurposed.
Microsoft gave up on it. They gave it away to the public, so now it's basically freeware.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's being supported by a bunch of guys a bunch of volunteers, basically,
Sure.
right? So they put out the Kodi, and everybody has been a lot of apps, a lot of devices need to be jailbroken for this. So
Right.
a lot of people are thinking that all the devices have to be jailbroken, and I should just buy this from somebody.
Right.
What I found through all my experience, what I've been doing with this is that the best thing to do is get Kodi yourself, because Kodi is free,
Right.
right? And a lot of what these guys are doing centers around ways to make money with Kodi.
Right. Which
So-
is selling you stuff you could figure out on your own.
Right, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, like you can buy the Fire Stick for about $40 when you can find it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the easiest way to install Kodi onto a media streaming device.
I got you.
Now, just really quick, as Chad NV has a little bit of experience, and he's asking anyone who's interested in what Bob's talking about to DM him if they need help with it.
But yeah. Well, Bob was going to say a similar thing. That,
Right.
like, you know.
Yeah, he also mentions the Android box is another useful tool that you can use.
Yeah. Right now, thing with the Android boxes I've been finding is lately over in Europe, they're trying to make them illegal
Right.
because they have Kodi on them. But not just Kodi. The Kodi that is on them is altered in a way that they're taking what they call a build, which is a bunch of add-ons and skins bundled together with an installer that you use within Kodi to change Kodi's appearance and have accessibility to a bunch of content you wouldn't have otherwise. A lot of that is illegal. Now, whether you want to get these apps or not,
That's on you.
don't have that's
Yeah.
on you. You don't have to buy these boxes.
Right.
Okay, you can actually Kodi's available for basically any device that's out there. You can get it on your phone. You can get it on your laptop, your computer, Windows,
Oh,
Mac,
okay.
Linux, Android. There's versions of it available absolutely for free. It's just a media center.
Right.
When you get it, it's empty. You got to find the add-ons. Like somebody I know,
Okay.
he just has the original version, the basic version of Kodi,
Mm.
and he went and found a couple of add-ons, and now he's happy. He's got
Yeah, it's
everything he
serviceable.
wants.
Sure.
Right, and it's not necessarily illegal content that he's getting.
Right.
He's just getting
Not necessarily.
right.
Right.
He's just because it comes with a bunch of stuff pre-installed.
Oh yeah.
You access to the internet library of public domain stuff.
Right.
All this. So there's a lot of content that's out there legally. You can basically,
Right.
well,
But
using
there are
Kodi.
signals and feeds that people share legally, and they've plucked
Right.
them up. They put them on here. There's live
Right.
streaming.
Some people have-
security
yeah.
cameras that you can watch
Yeah,
24 hours a day.
we could create our own app for Kodi
Oh, good
just
God.
for this show, and we could set it up so that we have our own TV station on available as an add-on.
So it's
You know what I
kind of
mean?
like is it similar to a peer-to-peer network?
It's a streamer. It's basically if it's like your MP3 player when you stream something from Pandora, same exact thing. It's just that how it's presented is kind of bare bones unless you get a special build.
Okay.
You know,
Right. So
you
it's all
can-
about the
so,
shell.
Yeah, it's all
Right.
about right now I have a build that's really cool. I'm checking out, and I'm not necessarily getting anything illegal, but I'm getting a lot of good, cool content.
Sure.
You know, so
This is the thing for
this is a thing. Like this is a thing that you can use if you want to get away from cable.
right. If you're looking into cord cutting and you're wondering how to,
Yeah.
what are your
Yeah.
options
I
really?
mean, but you don't have to actually have Kodi to do this. Believe it or not, you don't have
Right.
to go and get all the illegal stuff because 70 to 80% of what you're going to want to watch is available for free.
right.
Okay, it's just a matter of finding the right app that has it.
Gotcha. Which ones have made
You know.
the deals or
Yeah.
whatever?
So
Alright.
if you're willing to go through the chore of having the apps for each one, like you have an app for ABC, that's free because it comes free over the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just sign
But
up, give us
you don't even need to do that. If you have
Yeah.
an antenna, you actually get the best signal
Mhm.
free from the air.
Yeah,
It's the highest quality
The
signal.
HD signal that's broadcast is like
It's
If you have a built-
uncompressed.
Yeah.
If you have a cable signal, you're getting a compressed signal.
my buddy Mike used to bring his TV out into the backyard once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and it had the built-in HD antenna, and we were pulling in signals. And now because they split them, like every local channel had like 2 channels or 3 channels to it.
Right.
So you'd have like channel 2 here in New York is CBS, so it's like CBS 1, 2, and 3, and
yeah,
then they
there's
each
one
had
that's like just news and weather, one that's like just
Yeah.
Random sports talk.
and some and a whole bunch of shit that you didn't even know was out there being broadcast. Really, it's a whole
Right.
option
Oh,
people
yeah.
aren't even thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's channels. These things you can find. They'll have live channels that are actually all the same ones that you're getting over the wire.
Right.
over the air. That's what I mean, not the wire. I don't want to get anyone confused thinking I'm talking about cable.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So over the air, Albany.
Oh,
TV,
yeah.
You know, Channel 12 in Albany.
Yeah,
or
stuff that's like you would think is just out of our region.
Philadelphia, Channel 5. You know what I
the
mean?
signal so it carries so differently.
So you can get a lot of stuff, and most of what you want to watch for free.
Right.
Eventually, it's all going to end up being free if you're willing to wait enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's totally possible for somebody to cut the cord and not really spend much other than having a Wi-Fi signal in the house to make sure they get their content.
Yeah.
Now, just because he's throwing stuff in here in the chat, Chad and
Chad is stirring it up.
I want to get no. It's
No, I know,
all
I know.
informative.
I know.
It's
I'm
and
fucking
I want to give him its due. Just as to avoid builds, because they have hacks inside, so just to be careful with that. Builds and preloaded boxes. The devs, I guess that's developers. For the add-ons, hate builds because those build devs are stealing their work. Check out tvaddons.ag to get started.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any
You and
computer
Chad might want to get together behind the scenes and measure each other's penises or whatever it is.
and any computer can run it, even Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. That's you can actually buy a Raspberry Pi thing, build it yourself, and inside of like 2 hours
Getting hungry now.
have Kodi built on it and connect it to your TV. And yeah, it's actually that easy to do. But yeah, if anybody thinking about it, like Chad's saying, get the original version of Kodi, and then take a look around on where to find the best add-ons.
Right.
Go to YouTube, all that stuff. Don't download anything, because a lot of the times what these guys have on there is you download something that's called a wizard, and it'll start the installation, and then it's like, okay, now you got to pay $30 a month, and then you got to go, okay, well now I got to erase everything and start over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to be careful. You want to on the videos that you get on YouTube, you want to take a look at everything that people are saying about it, because they'll tell you right in the comments.
Yeah, it was a lot of
that if it's like, hey, this they're looking for $30 a month, avoid it or whatever. So make sure you
do some research. Don't be afraid to realize where you start now. You might wipe your slate clean and kind of reshape it as time goes.
Yeah,
there's so much you're gonna find out there.
But that's why
that's
why it's probably best to use the Fire Stick or the Fire TV, because they're Android.
Right.
The Fire TV is about $80. The Fire Stick's $40. So you figure what you want, but. Either way, you're probably going to be able to set yourself up with Kodi. Like, I just redid the whole thing this morning because I've been trying out so many different things. My stick got full almost.
Oh, okay.
So I actually had to wipe everything clean and reinstall Kodi and then go and look for what I was looking for.
Gotcha.
And activate it all.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure if this is a joke or not.
Okay, fair enough.
Chad says, I'm a redhead. Bob's is bigger, I'm sure.
That was about the peepees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And never pay for an add-on. They're flaky at best. So he's reiterating what you're saying.
So
if you want to get those ones that do the illegal stuff, that's up to you.
It's at your own risk, buddy.
Yeah, it's at your own risk. Personally speaking, I don't think that people are going to come running after you or I, because it seems like the laws are kind of on the side of streaming in general as being okay, even if it's copyrighted material. But that's depending on the countries you're in and all stuff.
There's a lot of
and there's a lot of different ways they interpret things. So remember, everything we do on the internet has a signature. They know who they're dealing with before
you think they
ever go after you.
They can find out. Yeah.
So this is you do this at your own risk. There is always a chance that you get in trouble for it. So always keep that stuff in mind. I don't recommend it. I'm just giving this as advice. So don't get ripped off. Basically, do the homework. Get the stick or something similar that's going to be easy to set this all up in.
Sure.
And do it yourself. Take the time. It might take you a day or two the first time you do it, but once you set everything up and you know where to go and you know what to do, how everything works, the hardest thing is actually navigating
with that little controller.
With that little controller, the website, because you have a very basic browser. You have to download a very basic browser in a file manager.
Oh, okay.
Right. You're downloading a file manager with a very basic browser function, and you set it up so that you can go to places.
Right.
From there, That's when you get Cody, and then you're sitting there and you're looking.
Yeah, you're doing
and basically,
this- yeah.
you're navigating through every link on the page
Yeah.
to get yourself into the position to where you want to be.
Yeah, with up, down, left,
And
right.
then you got to
know what I
wait
mean? Yeah.
because this thing downloads so slow. It's like 2 minutes, So you got to take your time. There's actually videos on YouTube that will tell you how to do that much.
Right.
So
yeah.
look for Cody. The latest version is number 17. So if you're going to do that, go ahead. Then from there, take your time. Play around with it. It's not going to work right out of the box with the original version of Cody. You got to turn some things on. That takes a little learning because no one tells you. So take a little time.
Check out the tutorials online.
Yeah, and you can set it up yourself.
Very cool.
You
Very
know?
cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And last thing, just if you're worried about legal content or anything like that, use a free VPN service, which anyone doing the touring thing knows. Kind of that's.
Yeah.
well, there you go.
Yeah. And also Kodi is in Google Play for any Android device.
Well, how about that?
That's true. That's true.
Which should
But
give you a single
that's
that
hard
is
to navigate in with the Fire Stick.
No, I can only. everything must be.
So the easier way to do it is actually to the Kodi website, which is Kodi.tv.
There you go. So there's some tech talk for you, folks.
Yep.
When was the last time we did some of that?
That was cool.
That was cool.
It's
That was
more, it's
different.
movie related.
No, absolutely. It's all pop
It's
culture.
all about
media.
downloading movies illegally.
Yeah, and responsibility, responsible listeners. I'm sure we have.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chad's like, just DM me. I know things. All right.
Well, they can ask me now too in the chat.
There you go.
Because
You should check out
I
the
got
chat
it on my
'cause I'm
phone.
sure
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad's dropping some nuggets we didn't mention.
And James is in the house now, and he's also into Kodi.
Oh yeah, he's a codester.
Yeah. James Luciano.
He's a Codion.
Yeah.
So
He's a.
I don't know. I don't know. What
It's just be smart. Be smart. Take your time. Learn a little something.
There you
Yeah.
go. Speaking of learning a little something.
What?
Oh, I should probably turn the music back up so people can hear it.
Yeah.
maybe? Oh. That's right. Yeah. Are you guys ready for emails?
I'm sorry. I'm
Is that
sorry.
too sexy? Did
I
I make
love
the
it.
emails
Yeah,
too
I
sexy?
love it.
I felt uncomfortable.
Well, I don't want to get into that.
I'm
all
seeing
right.
here in the chat that Uncle Jay wants to fuck Will Smith.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. He's saying fuck Will Smith.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a comma or something like that? Or missing,
No, it just says fuck Will Smith.
Okay.
Sometimes
There's his
Uncle
name and
Jay,
then fuck Will Smith. So.
you gotta pay attention to the subtlety, man.
Yeah,
There's-
yeah.
yeah,
It's
it
all
is.
about. See, this is the thing with
Sorry,
text.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay.
Sometimes it's all
Yeah.
about how you read it. So,
Nice guys, get those hearts up.
Love you, buddy. Sorry, Jay.
You're at 88 hearts. Come
All
on.
right, so here we go. First emails from Chad Rose. You know him as Chad NV. Can raisins expire? And if so, how do you know? Because I've been eating this bag that expired in July of 2015, and it still tastes tasty as hell. I have visions of Thor with Miley Cyrus hair, but I'm sure that's not related, right? Thanks, Chad Rose. Hey, man, I think with that stuff, as long as it's not fuzzy, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of those are
Because that's normally the thing with fruit, right?
a lot of those expiration dates. They're imposed by the government.
They're suggestions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and notice a lot of them say they don't say throw out after this date. It just
Right.
says best if used by.
Right.
So it just means it won't be as good. That
Right.
doesn't mean it's bad.
Right. It's not poison.
Right.
It's just not flavorful. But he's saying these raisins are tasty. But I think that's the thing with raisins. Raisins are like, a freak accident by God. It's like, this should be garbage. But it's just not.
Yeah.
The universe doesn't want it. Like, you know how all things are supposed to rot and disappear? Raisins will be around. You could leave raisins out right now. They'll be around in 600 years.
Raisins are the result of some caveman starving to death, stumbling upon a street, like a giant vineyard type thing
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on, and it's all dried to hell.
Oh, could you
and
imagine
he
how
starts
many
pulling them
raisins
off
you
and
gotta
sucking
eat to
on them.
get
He's like,
full?
all right, I can eat these.
These will do.
There you go.
You ever look at the
Next thing,
boxes?
Sunmaid is born.
You ever look at the box of Sun-Made raisins and see the chick there and going like, "What's up with her? Like, what's her deal?"
Like, what's your story?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to make a
Yeah.
movie about her, probably.
She
I
likes
don't
dried up things, I think.
Work on the script, Ed.
Just like she's smiling about grapes.
So the next email.
Raisins.
Yeah.
Not
Well, she's-
raisins, dried up grapes.
Well, no,
Yeah,
they're
garbage.
In,
Garbage. She's excited about garbage.
in the picture in the box, there's still grapes. They haven't even become raisins
well, they
yet.
got to remind you.
So I don't know why she's so excited. she can't even eat them yet.
Because she's got all the patience in the world to wait. That's what it is.
She's filled with enthusiasm because they're still filled with life. They haven't dried up yet.
Speaking of filled with life,
Okay.
the next email is titled "This Week in My Life," and it's from James Hazelden Jr.
Hey.
I was thinking about a
James.
day-by-day journal type description, but I'm not gonna. Thank you, James. So I saw Logan, surprisingly good movie. I wasn't expecting what I got. I'm hearing Professor X and old Logan bitching at each other constantly was pretty fun. And I guess the Deadpool opening, which was hilarious, was the hint. But this isn't a kid movie. I gotta bring it a little closer. The pressed ham was the only nudity, but that's that. So I guess he means his ass.
Yeah, that actually surprised me too because I would have figured there would have been some kind of warning in front of that.
Yeah, that whole movie
coming way before the credits and all.
Yeah. That whole movie should have had like another extra warning, like, hey, just so you know, not for little kids. Just because there is a little kid in it.
Yeah.
This little kid is in it doesn't mean this is a Nickelodeon
Yeah.
special.
No, it's not Dora the Explorer.
No, definitely not. Okay, so he goes, I'm catching up on old movies. Before watching the movie, I read the old Logan comics. Completely different stories, putting it mildly. Yeah, they really took a long walk from the Old Man Logan comics.
Yeah.
I'm also catching up on old movies I missed. So I rented Batman vs. Superman. I haven't watched it yet. Not expecting anything great, but I haven't seen it yet. So he felt like sharing that.
I want to know which cut he has.
Nobody wins.
A chicken the China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain starts ticking. So, okay. I got an earworm going. So you're welcome for me sharing that with you. Before this one song, what track did you have in your head? I didn't have any earworms. He's trying to catch me in the thing here.
Man,
He says, by the way, I'm guessing Bill got at least halfway through reading that with a puzzled sound in his voice before he clicked and smoothed it out. I did recognize the song. I don't remember exactly which track. Some 90s hip-hop.
I got so many earworms, so many things that just go in and out of my head. My least favorite is I get just the beginning of the theme song from Growing Pains.
Oh. All I get right now is "Show Me That Smile."
I don't know the lyrics except for this one part, so I just hear dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, and then all of a sudden you hear "Show Me That Smile." And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
the
Like, that's
only
all I
words-
have. That's all I have too. I'm trying to think right now. All I have is "Show Me That Smile."
Yeah, and
Show me that smile.
the other one I get, which I know something dangerous is about to happen, is Bumblebee Tuna. The Bumblebee Tuna song. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee
The fuck
Tuna.
does
Just end the
Love
fucking
is
show right
sensation.
now.
Just
end
wrap
the
it up.
fucking
We're not even
And
gonna
I
hit-
just keep
we're
hearing
not
it
even gonna hit
over
100. We're
and
gonna burn this
over
house down.
and over again. And whenever that happens, I feel like something dangerous is going down. Like that's when I get nervous.
I don't know what you're watching.
Charlie Tuna's got to stay away from Ed.
You're watching too much Fargo or something, where it's like every song has to juxtapose the scene. Like, you know what I mean?
No, that's the thing. It never does match, but somehow in my head, it's
Right.
like,
No,
oh
yeah.
shit,
Well,
something's
you know.
crazy.
You should really maybe broaden that fucking iTunes. I don't even want to know what's in your iTunes. Jesus Christ. All right, so
I just threw
James
up my mouth.
continues. The Ed's DC mini podcast thing, how's that coming along? I bet Ed has a big ass stupid grin on his face. You're welcome, Ed. All right, I'm going to write 7dag an email now. The Angry Ginger is asking for emails. I'm thinking of just copy and pasting y'all's and sending it to him. How about that? I think I will, James. That was a good one, James. So, I don't know. We talked about breaking out the DC TV report.
There's been some discussion.
It's been some discussion. We're going to figure out how to do it,
Yeah.
what that's going to be like. Because I think it's a question of, like, does that mean we'll do it here live, but I'll not put it out on the iTunes? Like, I'll cut it out of that to make it its own thing.
Well, no, I think
So-
you could still put it in the feed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Put it
yeah.
in the feed. I'm saying, but cut it out of
The main show.
the main show's episode. Because it's going to be in two places then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you're a guy who listens to the main show, we listen to the other one, sure, like, it might take a listen or two to realize that. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I think I might
This-
be overthinking it. With
Yeah,
that
this is a
angle.
discussion to have after the show.
What? Do we do that?
Yeah.
All right. So that was James's. And then he's got another one. Oh, my God.
Oh boy.
Another email. All right. I listened to what I could of the Oscar thing that y'all did, that y'all and Ed do.
Mm-hmm.
That y'all let Ed do. That's what it was. I'm sorry. I think I need to go back and listen to your first 10 minutes again to remind me of why I like the show.
Oh.
If Ed's DC TV minicast turns into that Oscar crap, I might have to come to New York and track him down. Or Jersey, or whatever. I'm pretty sure that Agent Palmer can arrange a meeting, or I can bribe the guys from Seven Dag for his usual hangouts, or I just find the comic book store and visit that. No, seriously, if I care about the Oscars like Bill loves doing math, so I'm pretty sure my opinion is heavily biased by that, although I don't know how Bill and Bob stuck through to the end. Cough if you were held hostage.
Oh, thanks.
I really did have to clear
I
my
really
throat.
kind of did, though. Just hearing that because I got the smoker's throat,
All right.
so I had to clear
All
it.
right. I will admit, it was not our best moment.
Here's the thing. It's not that it's a horrible thing. I just think it's not for everybody. It's one of those things. And so, it's probably easier to sit through if you're like really into that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was
I
a
would
challenge
only say
a little bit. Yeah.
if it was a little more streamlined, be perfect for an hour-long thing all by itself.
Well, again, if anybody wants to
know?
hear it, it's actually
I
on
think
the,
s-
it's on the Mixler show reel. If you look on the show reel, it's a link off to the left on the Mixler live page. That's where some of the stuff is hovering, being held there as well. In a quarantine of I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah. Well, no,
I'm only kidding.
I worked really hard trying to see every Oscar-nominated movie before the ceremony, and I
This is
finally
true.
completed it. This is my fourth
I
try.
do
Yes.
commend you on pulling that
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
And
that was a
granted,
major mission.
all we have is your word that happened.
Yeah,
So
we're
I
not
guess-
we're not such movie files as the big movie file that you are. So it's not something we were ever going to partake in. But
Well, not only that, but just like
Yeah.
it is a
I'm
huge.
just-
How many movies? 62.
62.
Yeah.
And getting into that, I
And-
realized
and-
part of the fact that I was the only person who'd seen all of these movies
Mm-hmm.
may be a tribute to how that episode went. Because let's do a little full disclosure here.
Okay, for sure. Was I
Bill and
was I
Dom.
was I not driving well?
Bill and Dom were kind of a little under the influence.
Yeah.
when
We
recorded
might
that,
not have been
if you
driving so
remember.
well, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Whatever.
And there were times,
But at first, I was pretty good, and then as the show went
Yeah.
on, I was slowly like, "What?"
yeah, and there were a couple
What?
of times where like things are getting slow, and I realize I'm the only person talking, and I'm waiting for one of you guys
Yeah.
to do it,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Bob jumps in with the Warren Beatty impression, and I'm just,
Keeping it alive.
yeah.
It's trying.
Trying.
Please don't bring him back, Bob. I beg
I
you.
won't.
All right,
It
yeah.
was funny.
All right.
But
so,
awkward. Funny but awkward.
so here's the next.
Which can be good
yeah.
if you're like what's his name, McFarland, Seth
Yeah.
MacFarlane.
yeah.
Yeah. So James, I'm not gonna apologize for that episode, but I understand your concerns.
Yeah,
enough. Yeah.
I was saying, I think it works great if it's an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At an hour and a half, it becomes a little more than most people will.
I think an hour and a half on any one topic.
And you
Can
know
get-
what?
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah,
He-
that's
he's-
it. It can become
he's
dry.
Screaming in the chat, and I think we gotta. He's
Acknowledge
probably
it.
right.
What does he say?
Uncle Jay should have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Jay.
Not
He
gonna-
said
not
it
gonna
about
argue
4 times now.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to argue with
Well,
that.
this maybe
We
something
know this
to
for the
consider
future.
in the future.
This is very, very
Yep.
much going to be
Yeah.
well considered.
Absolutely, we love Uncle Jay.
And trust me, in the moment, I was like, shit, if Uncle Jay was here, I could go sit in the living room. So don't think I haven't thought about
really.
it. All right, so the
You
next
can, you
email.
can start binge watching Fargo and catch up.
That's it. I'll put on headphones. I'll just sit over there. All right, so here's the next email. This is from Don McIntyre. You know him as Professor
Politico.
That's right. It says, hey, yo, Wicked Theory dudes. What do
What's
you guys think about the possibility of the Black Order? Once somebody puts yous in there, I have to then
Start talking like this.
do the whole thing like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know,
of
right?
course.
I
the whole
start
thing.
thinking
I
like,
even said it right
I
now.
start thinking
The
like
whole
that
thing.
too.
What do you think about the
As soon as
possibility?
you say it, my brain like kicks into
Twinges?
that.
Like,
It's
He
crazy.
goes, it's automatic, you know.
so it comes out too easy.
It really
It's the Hollywood New York accent.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the possibility of the Black Order appearing as Thanos' henchman in Avengers Infinity War? Thanks, Don, a.k.a. Prof Political.
Yo, prof,
Um,
forget about it.
Bill, you're the resident Marvel fan. You want to explain the Black Order?
no, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I'm so
Off the
lost.
top
You
of
better
my
be careful.
head-
Anything that's just Black Order, you better be careful what you say.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna hear a
This-
snippet and misinterpret
Jesus
this.
Christ, his jokes. But I believe the Black Order, if I remember correctly, is during the Hickman run, and it's like some celestial, real cosmic beginning of time kind of characters.
So
Maybe?
this is according to the Marvel Wiki.
It's got the Black Swan in it.
Yeah, Black Order is a group of lethal aliens gathered by Thanos in order to help him in his crusade to raise different worlds and force their inhabitants to pay him tributes.
Raised with a Z.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
All right. So that's probably putting it very succinct. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them as name. If I saw a
Yeah.
picture, I probably would a little bit more.
They're also known as Cull Obsidian.
All right. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you've got Black Swan, Proxima Midnight.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Mhm.
I just kind of
Yeah.
forgot. So they're on a real whole other level. I'd be surprised if we saw them in Avengers Infinity. I feel like that's
Mhm.
you're getting into the mechanics of how the Marvel universe works once you start having them in the stories, because that's what that was in the Avengers comics. Marvel was building towards the Secret Wars and blowing everything up. So the Avengers title was doing all this crazy multi-universal shit and time stuff and jumping around and basically during a run they laid out the groundwork for how the universe works,
Yeah.
so that they could blow it up in the next story.
Mhm.
And of course you have Doctor Doom to blame for all of that.
Of course,
'cause
Dr. Doom.
It's always Doctor Doom.
It's always Dr. Doom.
It's always Doctor Doom. He's doom filled.
That damn Dr. Doom.
Poor Vic.
So here's a reminder for what we're doing in a little bit. James Hazelden actually sent in his predictions for the Pop Culture Super Fight Death Match that we're going to have in
Pop
just
Culture Super
in
Fight
just
Death
a few
Match.
minutes.
PCSD.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, he's got the list here of his predictions for the winners and the losers. If you haven't seen the graphic, maybe Agent Palmer can find a link and put it into the chat room of one of the images that I had made up. I asked a special individual to put some graphics together for us.
Ooh.
You want to know who it was?
Bill Sweeney.
That's,
Chad and
that's
me.
correct. That's correct. It was me.
I
It was me.
didn't want to guess, but then I
You
realized
there's nobody else that does that shit for us. All right, so James, we will come back to your predictions in general, because one thing I think he may not have known at the time is that Super Fight cards will be involved in this, and all of a sudden that's going to change the game.
changes everything.
Changes
Yeah.
everything. So we got one more in here from Ryan Wesley Gaskins. Quick, as if I could. Hey, you funny men. What are your favorite 5 movie quotes?
5. Couldn't just ask for one.
Yeah, I think there's 4 of us. If we can do it between the group of us, movie quotes.
I love the
Stumped.
smell of napalm in the morning.
That's a classic. I'm just gonna bash your fucking brains in from The Shining.
Say hello to my little friend.
There you go. There
We're
you go.
going. We don't need roads.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, my new favorite right now is I got a shit like an old goat.
Yeah, you keep saying it.
Yeah.
You keep saying it. You keep coming back to it. How about you? Anything from you, Sunshine?
No,
What are you
I
thinking?
got nothing. I'm
How about
blanking.
just get out? Is that good enough? I mean, that's kind of recent.
Get out. Yeah, yeah. That's
I think,
sure there's
I think we've kind of mentioned 5.
Yeah, well, it's 5 enough. It's 5 enough.
it's 5 enough.
What are the 3 worst movies you have seen that you can't stand watching? And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for the email, Wesley. 3 worst movies that you can't stand watch. I will try hard to not kick a TV when I see Grease on. Like, it's just chill inducing to me. I'm just like, it's one of those things. I don't know. I don't want to say douche chills if that's it, but when you're embarrassed for somebody, like you have that uncomfortable moment where it's like, oh, like, why did you do that? Like, oh, like, that's just my reaction to Grease. I don't know if everybody has that, but that's, or for anything in life, but that's
No,
what
I
happens to
feel
me.
that. I feel that for sure.
Like, I shouldn't say it out loud because someone will capture me and torture me by playing it all the time. But
I can't think of one off the top right now that I really hate that much, to be honest.
well,
See, like, mine is not a bad movie.
movies are not. You cannot hate any movie because
no. But there is
are made with creative endeavors in
no,
mind.
there is a movie I have a very violent reaction to. Though,
How
which-
about my Ed impression?
I don't know.
This
If,
is new.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show. I know I've talked with you about this, Bill.
Right.
Have we talked about Observe and Report?
Yeah, a little bit,
Okay.
but I don't know where you're going with it.
Well,
Just a
no,
second.
because it's a bad movie, but it's not
Right.
poorly made. It's
Okay.
bad as in like go to your room,
Okay, right.
like
right.
go to your
Yes.
room
That was your
and
joke. Right.
think about what you've done.
Right.
Like
You
know,
wanna scold
yeah,
it.
Bad
yeah.
director. Bad
Yeah.
director.
Yeah, like
Bad
that
director.
movie takes a very hard turn,
Okay.
and it's a quirky comedy,
Right.
but it's very deadly serious. like this person should not be allowed in public.
And what was the deal on it? When's it from? Who's in it? What?
Oh, Seth Rogen, it's his mole cop movie.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, right, right.
Yeah,
right, right.
yeah. We had this conversation, but
telling me
I
about it, right.
don't remember if it was on the air. I don't think it
No,
was.
I don't think it was. I don't
Yeah,
think it was. I
yeah,
think we were
but
at the diner or something.
That there's a moment when someone gets shot, and I remember screaming in the theater like, "What the fuck?"
Anybody? I see Jay's throwing some movies to be hated. What are some other movies to be hated to the people in the chat room as we start wrapping up the episode?
Battlefield Earth, A Knight's Tale,
Battlefield Earth.
Well,
was pretty
yeah,
bad.
that was pretty bad.
The Sound of Music.
Batman and Superman.
Sound of Music is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen.
Batman and Superman is still better than Battlefield Earth, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's just one of those movies
That's
where it's
true.
like,
because it's kind of coherent.
Yeah. It's a coherent mess.
It's- it might just because it's better looking.
Yeah.
It's a better looking movie.
See, like the movies
Yeah.
I hate, I remove from
Yeah.
my conscious brain.
Right,
So
Yeah,
I don't
they,
have
they
to
leave
think about
they leave damage, so you
Yeah.
try to forget them.
I was
Yeah, the only one I can't really escape lately is Suicide Squad.
I was
bec-
telling.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you know what?
that's because it's not that bad a movie.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I
It
was telling.
doesn't really
I made an
damage you. It just
analogy-
leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
I made an analogy earlier to Chad from a couple houses over earlier today, and I was like, you know what? I feel like that movie, like, and maybe this is only for people who've read comics to really get this, but you know, sometimes when you read a comic and you're like, this story is all over the place. Like, what is even happening here?
Yeah.
Because it's like a team book or something like that from Marvel or DC, but this artwork is amazing.
Yes.
Like, but Jim Lee drew it,
Oh,
so
that-
like
yeah.
I'm in love with it. Like, I have to separate them out.
I mean,
almost.
that to me is the 90s.
That's how I
period.
feel about Zack Snyder. I'm like, yeah, like we got a mature adult to kind of film it, but we let some kid kind of muck around with the story, or something like that. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
who's the amateur we let muck around with the
That villain.
where this all goes?
Well, you know, it's like Rob Liefeld drew something that looks really cool, and he's got to find an excuse to make it work.
And then the longer
Yeah.
you stare at it, the more you realize the proportions aren't right.
Yeah.
There's no feet in the picture. Like, you know, there's certain, like, all these shortcuts and things that don't add up. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, a real human body wouldn't do that. Like, oh yeah. That's pretty much it. It's like a Rob Liefeld drawing.
Mhm.
And with that, kids, I think we start to wrap it up.
Yeah.
How about that? So the show is called the Wicked Theory Podcast, as if you didn't know. And Dom, I'm just gonna make like I was saying that to you because I was vamping.
the Wicked Theory podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have heard of it.
You have heard of it. Well,
It fucking really.
I hear it's awesome.
It's really tough to listen. to.
I
It's
bet.
really tough. To
I
get
can
through,
imagine.
You know?
I can imagine. I can imagine. Somehow Ed sat through enough, and he was like, "Well, fuck this. I'm gonna come there and straighten this fucking shit out." I guess maybe is that what it was?
I love this show.
Well, I would hope so, because you're fucking here all the time. Jesus Christ.
Recurring guest.
Recurring guest. Who's in the chat room as we go out the door? Let's give these people a shout for coming out and hanging out
Wesley
with us live.
Chad. We got Zombie John, Uncle Jay, Meow God,
Yeah, God.
James, Louisiana.
It is early in the morning where Meow God is right now.
Yeah.
It's 7 o'clock here, 7 a.m. over there. So good morning.
And Jay from Seven Dag.
What?
Hey,
Yo,
yo,
Jay, what's up?
What up?
All right, so we're gonna. Well, thanks guys for coming out, hanging out, and getting the chat room. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna come back in a minute or two, and we're gonna start this pop culture super fight death match.
Hashtag PCSD.
I guess I'm gonna. I don't know. Go
You know,
for it, kids.
send your tweets at Wicked Theory and hashtag it PCSD.
There you go. There you go. And sure, what Ed said. I don't know.
Bye.
Tom Tor, are you still on Twitter?
Yeah, I am.
You want to share? You want to let the kids know where they can find you if they care?
Yeah, it's Dom at Dom_Torre.
How about-
TORRE.
TORRE. I stepped on the one thing I always insist on. Right? Jerk. I'm such a jerk. Ed, where can people find you?
At Edward O'Hare TBD.
Oh, shit. And then Brother Bob, he's on the Twitters.
Yeah, at Bob WTPC.
You be keeping it easy, people. And you can find
Easy peasy.
you can find me at Wicked Theory. You can find the show at wickedtheory.com. You can find episodes on iTunes and all that shit. You already know that. And like I said, stick around. We're not going anywhere. Brother Bob, whenever you're ready, you can take us out of here. What? That was bonus. So, for anybody looking for the pop culture super fight deathmatch, we broke it out into its own episode, and look for it in the feed. Rather than run this to be 2 hours, why not just make it its own thing? And it breaks out nicely. So go check it out, enjoy it. It's one of the best things we've done in a while. Really appreciate you guys checking us out, checking out the show, checking out this bonus side stuff we're trying to do. And come back soon. Thanks for listening.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.